The tragic events of August 7, 1998 remain deeply etched in the Kenyan collective psyche. As for the victims and their families, emotions run deep and are as raw as they were then. 12 years later on, still carrying the physical and psychological scars of that unforgettable day. For these victims awaiting compensation, the wheels of justice, it seems, are turning too slowly. Yvonne Mutinda, who lost her father when she was 6, talks of the tribulations they have faced since that fateful day.
Tunaishi tu ni kama hakuna kitu imeifanyika. So tumechukua ni kama hakuna watu wenye wanatujali.
But the victims who for the past decade have been fed on nothing but hope could perhaps gain more strength following a favorable ruling in their favor in the US. According to Kenyan advocate Fred Atuok, who represents 520 of these victims, the victims could benefit from assets belonging to Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda frozen by the US government.
The court agreed that since the American government had frozen the assets of Osama bin Laden and the Al-Qaeda network, then these assets could be still pursued by the victims and the survivors and the relatives of the August bomb blast. It was not easy because these are difficult international law issues.
This comes after an initial suit against the US government was squashed, with a Supreme Court ruling that exonerated the US government from paying for terrorist attacks against American targets abroad. The lawyers, however, went for the frozen Al-Qaeda assets in the possession of the US government, and it was ruled that, indeed, the victims are entitled.
For the record, we do not know how much in terms of dollars the American government has frozen in respect of the Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden assets in the United States. That is a security issue. They have not disclosed how much it is. Now the next step is to quantify how much each of the victims, because some lost limb, some lost their lives, some lost businesses and relatives who died in the blast, and therefore it is a very difficult issue because then the court has to work on a legal formula.
And so the long wait continues. For many of these people, it could be the proverbial waiting for Godot, before at least some of these tears can be wiped. Bonnie Odinga, KTN Weekend Prime.